Hello, my name is Teacher Barbara. So, this will be about the fifth time that I tried to make this video. I do believe it's now going to work. Anyways, I wanted to tell you about my experience last weekend. I was privileged enough to be able to go to the Vipkid Journey Conference in Orlando. Such an amazing experience. If you ever get the chance to go, definitely go. Make sure when they say the tickets go on sale at 8 p.m. that you are there on 8 p.m. to get your ticket because they sell out super quick. I believe these tickets sold out within 2.5 hours. Anyways, there was about 400 teachers there, and then I don't know, 50 to 100 volunteers and VIP kid staff and special speakers. So it was a very cool experience. Um, I got to start the day off with a little welcome to VIP Kid. This is what we're going to do today type of deal. And who sat down at our table? Two children. Teacher Ellen and I thought it would be a great idea to strike up a conversation with these kids and be able to learn more about their experience with VIP Kid and just talk to them in general because it's cool being able to talk to one of these kids that we're all teaching. So their names were Chris and Claudia. Awesome kids, so much fun. They spoke very well, and we had a good time talking to them throughout the conference. And it was great because then every time we saw them, they smiled, they wanted to give us hugs, and it just worked out great. Actually, turns out they were the children's speakers for the conference. Um, the curriculum lead, her name is Julia. These are her children. They're twins. They have done over 600 classes with VIP Kid each. I don't know if you know anything about Julia, but like I said, she is the curriculum lead. She is actually the one that the LPs used to be called lead teachers. And she actually changed it to learning partners because it's not really so much that they were the lead teacher. It was they're trying to help bridge that gap between teachers, students, and parents. So they're helping, the whole goal is to help that child succeed. And so she changed it to learning partner. I think it's very cool. Sounds better than lead teacher. So we got to do breakout sessions at this conference. And the breakout session I'm going to talk about was the best session ever. And it was the student experience session. And so we got to learn about the student side of things, the parent side of things, and all of us want to know this because this is going to help us be better teachers because we understand what they're seeing and what they're going through. So the first part I want to talk about is the student experience. So we all know that the children earn stars in class, but you may not know what they get to do with the stars. So when they log into their student portal, they're able to take their stars and redeem them for little virtual characters. So they can buy dogs, cats, trees, spaceships, sharks, all kinds of things. And when they log in to their student portal, it basically decorates their student portal. So, I mean, it's nothing they can hold physically. It just makes their area look prettier. When they're logged into their inside portal, they can see that the parent booked them a class and what class they're going to be taking. They can watch the pre-video for the class, which is basically going to give them a rundown of what we're going to be learning in the class. They can get the classroom link to log into the classroom. They can actually view the entire PowerPoint for the class ahead of time or after the fact, whatever the case may be. Then there's also a place for them to be able to do additional exercises or activities based on that week's or that class that they're doing. Something else that was cool that we learned is in the Student Center is a digital library. So within this digital library, based on their level, they can go to it and there's going to be books there for them to read based on the level they are. So level 1 will only see level 1 books. And then you get up to level 6 and you're going to get the harder books, the level 6 books that are meant for older students to read. Cool thing about the digital library, most of the books in there are written by VIP Kid teachers. So Julia mentioned that they are actually in need of higher level books. So if you have any journalistic instinct or writing ability at all, whip out some paper or open up PowerPoint or however you want to create it and write a book for a level 6 or a level 5 student. Now, I don't know how you would submit it, but if you open a ticket at Fresh Desk, I'm sure that they can give you the information on how to do that. Again, I don't know if you get paid for it, but you're helping students. So another thing that you may not know is that kids don't just earn stars. They also earn things called energy stones. Now, these energy stones they get for completing certain tasks. So they can get some for watching their pre-video. They can get some for taking the class. They can get some for doing activities. And they can get up to, I believe, 500 energy stones per activity. And based on a unit, they can get up to 8,000 per unit. So what can these energy stones be used for, you ask? Energy stones can be used to get swag. They could get a dino. They could get a shirt. They could get a little dino keychain. Whatever their heart little desires that is available. Another thing they can use it for is to get actual toys. So they can buy Lego sets. Yes, Lego sets. It costs about $7,000 to $8,000, or not dollars, but 7,000 to 8,000 energy stones per Lego set. But our boy Chris that I talked about earlier has 2 of them. Of course, he's been here for a very long time taking classes, but he makes sure that he does all of the activities possible to earn those energy stones because he wants his Lego sets. So something else that is kind of cool is when they're completed with a unit and they're done, VIP Kid actually mails them a certificate and like a little award, just like a little award ribbon. And it's so cool because you're getting actual physical recognition that you completed something, that you did so good on it. So that's kind of awesome. My kids love getting awards. So I'm sure when they open their mail up and they have an award and a ribbon, it's just a highlight to their day. And Julia actually showed us the picture of all her kids' awards and ribbons, so it's good for them too. So now we're going to move on to the parent side of things. So the parent side and the student side are totally separate. You would have to log out of the student side to log into the parent side. I know there's been talk in the past about maybe the kid left a bad feedback for the teacher, but after taking this class, I find it unlikely that the kid was able to leave the feedback because their portals are separate. So they would literally have to log out of theirs and log in with their parents' information in order to access the feedback center to be able to leave feedback. So, I'm not saying it's not possible because they could go jump on their parents' computer and open it up and do it, but it's very unlikely that the parents are leaving or that the students are leaving the feedback. Again, if you don't like the feedback, dispute it. That's what it's there for. They'll review it and maybe invalidate it for you. Anyways, let's move on. So we log into the parents portal. They can first view whatever lessons their kids need to be signed up for and taking. So they can do this 2 ways. As you all know, when you log into your VIP Kid app, under your name, there's like a little flower that has numbers under it. Those are your followers. That means those teachers have designated you as a favorite teacher. They like you and they want to book your classes and they want to know when you're available to book. So they can go straight to their teachers and it'll show what teachers are available to teach that class. So all of their favorite teachers are going to be right at the top of the list. So they can just go click, 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 and then it'll click to their teacher schedule and let them know what times are available. Or if they want a specific time slot, say they want Friday at 8 p.m., they can click the Friday at 8 p.m. slot, and it's going to pull up all the teachers that are available that can teach that lesson. The great thing is, if you're a favorite teacher of theirs, you're still at the top of the list. So that's very awesome. Another thing that I never knew, and it's also very awesome, is that parents also earn energy stones. Yes, they get energy stones by completing feedback within a certain number, within a certain amount of time. They will get energy stones for that. What can they use their energy stones for? Swag, of course. But the best thing they can use their energy stone for is free classes for their kids. So I really don't understand how come parents aren't filling out the feedback forms. Why would you pass up free classes? I know I wouldn't. Either way, maybe they don't know they can get free classes. Maybe they're not sure what the energy stones are for. I don't know. So they can also watch the videos for their kids' classes. So they're able to go back and watch all the videos from all the lessons that they've been taught. They're also able to leave feedback, of course. And then they can also, when you have a unit assessment, it'll actually show the score, 100%, 96%, 80%, whatever their score was. And with that, they can actually go into there and see what their child missed on the unit assessment. So I always find it important to put in the feedback. Bao Bao missed 2 points because he was unable to identify the winter picture, or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, let's talk about feedback. Julia told me, or not me specifically, but the entire breakout session, she mentioned that she read a feedback once and the teacher mentioned how she realized that the student was sick and that she was hoping that she would feel better. And Julia said it made her cry because she said it showed that the teacher actually cared enough about the student, first, to notice that the child was sick, and then second, to take the time to post something personal back to the parent and the student, hoping that they feel better. So she said 3 things are very important because she does not have time to watch videos. Her kids take several classes a week, and she's got 2 kids taking classes, so it just takes too much time. So she doesn't watch the videos. So she really depends on feedback from the teachers in order to make sure she understands where her kids are falling in line. Now, her kids get 100%, so she really doesn't have much to worry about with her kids. But for other parents, especially the ones that have students that are struggling, it's really important with the feedback. She said she likes to see 3 things in feedback. First, she wants to know what they learned in class. Second, she wants to know what they need to work on. So if they're struggling saying their vocab words, put it in there. Have them practice it. If they're great students and don't need any help, we all have a couple of them that are like that just fly through the lesson, know everything, and you're stuck spending a lot of time extending because they are very good with the material. You can post a message telling them, hey, your child did great in class today. Why don't you have your child read some of the books in the digital library? Comprehension, it's going to help with. Reading, it's going to help with. And if they read out loud, it's going to help with their speaking. So if you're unsure what to write for them to work on, that's a great suggestion. So the third thing she likes to see, as I mentioned before, she likes to see a personal touch. I know some of us use kind of the same feedback, but I always make sure that I post something personal in the message, whether it's the child was not feeling good or if I had fun with the kid, what we did that was so fun. I try to mention something, anything that I can point out, I try to make jokes with them, or if I learn something new that they like, just something to show that you're caring and that you're listening, and that's about it. So, like I said, this was like the best experience I ever had. It was very cool going to the conference. I got to meet other teachers. I got to meet Nancy Taylor. I got to meet Shannon Mabry. So awesome. I got their autographs. I think they both thought I was nuts, but I love autographs. I mean, if I get Mickey Mouse's autograph, why wouldn't I get Nancy Taylor or Shannon Mabry's autograph? Anyhow, I will actually show you my bag because this is one of my swag items they gave me. And it has all of my signatures, Nancy Taylor, Shannon Mabry. I got Cindy's autograph. I also, while I was doing the student experience class, decided I bet the kids would get a kick out of signing my bag. So I let them sign my bag. And they really did. They enjoyed being able to sign my bag. Anyways, lots of fun. I got to take pictures with Dino, and it was just a great experience all around. So if you ever get the chance to do it, definitely go to a conference. So if you have any questions, post down below. I'll try to answer anything that I can. And thank you and goodbye. Bye. Bye.